Hey there, and welcome to this course on Lagrima, one of the best and most loved pieces of the classical guitar repertoire. Francisco Tarrega. This piece is one of those that whenever anyone hears it, they think, now that is a good piece of music. And that's why you're here, because this is a great piece of music and we're going to dive into it. In this video, we're just going to get started. We're going to take a 30,000 foot view of the piece, talk about some main elements of it, and then in subsequent videos, we'll get down into the nitty-gritty of each note in each small section. So to begin with, let's just take a look at the score. What's a score? A score is just a piece of music, the sheet music. Now, tab is included in the practice packet, so if you'd rather use tab, that's perfectly fine. But in the course here, we'll be using the musical notation only. So to begin with, let's just take a look at the broad strokes. Lagrima, what does that mean? Tear. And there's many ways that we can interpret tear. It can be really weepy. It can be kind of a sentimental, melancholy thing. There's many ways that we can interpret that. And so when we're playing that, we don't want to always be too literal with this is a sad song and really pigeonhole it into something like that. It can be expressive, and there are many types of tears. So andante, what does that mean? Just kind of a walking tempo. The next thing we're going to go through here and look is for main sections. We could also look and see that there's 4 sharps, and that means that the key of E. So just notice what those sharps are, and it might be worth playing up the scales in that key if you would like to, just to notice what notes are going to be there, but you don't have to. Well, so we can go across and look right there. We've got a repeat sign, and so that's the end of a big section, and so we're going to call that section the A section. And then so we're going to do that twice, A, and then we change, and then from there we're going into just 1 sharp. So this is the key of E minor. So we start off in the major, and then we go into the minor, E major, E minor, parallel minor is what that's called. So then we have that goes along until here, and then there's that. So this next section is the big B section, and we do that twice, so it's BB, A, B, B so far. But then we have this notation right here, DC al fine. What does this mean? DC stands for da capo. It means go all the way back up to the beginning and go until you see the word fine. So that's what DC al fine means. The word fine is right here. So that's just another A section. So our total form is A, B, B, A. And that's the way we're going to do it. So that's our overall form. The next thing is just looking at this music. There's a lot of ink on these pages, and I put all the right hand fingerings in here for you. Normally you won't see every single fingering of every single note, but I figure why not? So it does make for some busyness, but let's just talk about it really quick. And just in case, this will probably be a review. P is the thumb in the right hand, I is the index in the right hand, M is the middle in the right hand, and A is the ring finger in the right hand, annular. And the other ones, the little numbers beside the notes, are 1, 2, 3, 4 in the left hand, or open is just the open string. If a number is in a circle, it is the string number, with 1 being the first string, the high string, and 6 being the low string. And so that is that's the case. There's also, if we look at these little slides all over the place, you can see them. I know this is really small for you. Here and here and here. Here's the rule on the slide markings. If the note head is connected by a slide, then it's a musical slide. If it's just the fingering or just a small slide, just a little dash beside it, that just means that the same finger plays it on the same string and you're going to shift, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have to make a big slide. You might if you want to, but that's not what it says. So the note head slide with the slide connected by the slide marks is a musical thing. Otherwise, it's just fingering. Then we have our bar markings, which is just the Roman numerals, and that's about all we'll talk about here. So that's just the main elements of the piece. And so now we can do the next thing, which we're going to do, which is make small sections, which I've done for you, and that's how we'll organize this course. And we'll go through a process in each of these small sections that you can use in other pieces as well to learn pieces. And also, if you have any problems after the fact and there's any kind of tricky spot, you need to come back to it, and it's not completely fluid, then this same process that we'll use on each of these is the process you can use to solve the problem. It's the 7-step process of learning pieces. And so then you can also use that to solve any sort of tricky spots or polishing issues later. Just go back to it. That is, I'm just going to tell you really quick. We make small sections. That's number one. We say, do I know all the ink on the page? Do I know all the notes and musical markings for that section? Can I clap and count the rhythm? And that's number 3. Number 4 is, can I play just the right hand by itself with no left hand? So just get the right hand fingerings and everything. Still counting aloud with the rhythm. So that's one of the things with the clapping and counting the rhythm, counting out loud. And then also, can I do the right hand by itself, counting out loud? Can I do the left hand by itself, counting out loud for that small section? Then can I put them together? This is number 6, taking corrective pauses. So not making any mistakes, 0 mistakes, and going note by note and pausing if I need to. Okay, stop. What's the next note? So not just going up, playing a wrong note. Wait, no, that's not right. And then fixing it so that we're not practicing that way. Taking as long as you need to actually play the absolute right notes. And then go on. And then the last step is to put it in time and put it very slowly. And then from there, you can put it with a metronome if you like and speed it up. But you've now played it. You have it perfectly with both hands, everything. You're counting out loud. Now there's another thing that we can do within this as well, and that's decide on phrasing and how we'll do things, like what's getting louder, what's getting softer, all this. That can go in at the clapping and counting the rhythm stage, if you'd like to. Or it can go in just about anywhere along with it. If you do it with the clapping and counting and start to make little decisions in that way, then you could do just the right hand. You can add those swells and fades in while you're playing the right hand by itself. So it's just a way to bring this thing up to performance level as fast as possible, and also by creating habits that will actually serve the final end result instead of just getting all the notes first and then getting them haphazardly and then going back and spending the next decade of our lives trying to fix all the problems that we've created for ourselves. So that's how we're going to go through this course. So see you in the next video.